It's not just about sleep. Energy will leak from four distinct invisible sources. If you've ever woken up tired, maybe in the middle of the day you're losing your focus or you're feeling emotionally drained for no reason, it is likely due to these four hidden dimensions of energy. I want you to watch this video today and you're going to get a lot of value from it. If you do like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you can get our weekly video. We put one video, at least right now, we're just putting one every Wednesday on these brain hacks for the digital age for enhancing your productivity without leading to burnout and mental health problems and other issues that we often struggle with in the digital age. All right. My name is Dr. Brian Ramos. I'm a Yale-trained neuroscientist, and I'm the author of Inside Out Calm and The Art of Stress-Free Living, as well as the creator of Zen Brain Academy. And most people think that energy really is about a few things. Maybe caffeine, maybe getting better sleep, maybe their fitness isn't right, or maybe they're just not eating the right foods. Maybe they need to have that energy bar or what have you. But neuroscience actually shows that energy operates through four distinct sources: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And two of these are being overused, and the other two are atrophied. In essence, all four are out of balance. And if one of them is leaking or one of them is being overused, it's going to throw off the entire system. And so it's kind of similar to like if my heart doesn't work, it's going to impact other organs in my body as well. It's going to throw up the entire system. But let me show you a quick presentation, kind of like a little deep dive on these dimensions of energy. I do teach these dimensions of energy and how to build bountiful energy in my dimensions of energy module in Zen Brain Academy. The link is below if you wanted to try it out for 2 weeks, free, no pressure. Love to see you on the other side. You can ask me questions directly. Join one of our sessions. We do a bi-weekly coaching right now, and then a bi-weekly office hours where I'm available for an entire hour. If you're the only one there, you can have one-to-one coaching with me, ask me any questions, what have you, on any health, wellness, brain health area, etc. Hacks for the digital age, for aging better, so on and so forth. So the question is, why are people tired all the time? And it really has to do with these four dimensions. We often throw ourselves off in either one or more of these. For example, physical energy is going to be fueled by this is the one that we often think of as we're lacking in energy. We're lacking maybe in the right amount of sleep. We're lacking in nutrition, or maybe we don't move enough. And I talked about in my social media, I talk about movement as being so important. We just don't move enough in the digital age. When any of these are neglected, and another one that is very important for this one is also breath work. Breath work, breathing really can impact all of them because breathing taps into a control of the nervous system that charges your chemistry, gives the limiting reagent for generating the chemical form of energy that your brain needs, which then really trickles throughout your system to impact both your physical performance. You're feeling more focused, more engaged, more, feeling stronger. You'll feel mentally, you're going to feel much more clarity. Emotionally, you may feel better. You're feeling more relaxed and so on and so forth. So really, I have found for energy, breath is a really critical aspect of it. Of course, sleep, even if I get 6 to 8 hours of sleep, but I'm sleeping odd hours, I'm bypassing a critical time window that I teach in my sleep module, it then becomes a problem. Mental energy is where I'm going to start to feel it mentally. This is actually where most people in the middle of the day are struggling. They're not breathing well, and it's impacting their brain's ability to convert the food that they have in their body, mainly, let's say, glucose, into the form of energy that the brain fuels from. And then, of course, we consume so much energy in other ways when we are sitting and not breathing. Our posture is off. We're not moving. It starts to cause the energy flow to the brain to start to go down. I start to produce less ATP, that chemical form of energy, because that requires oxygen. And so oftentimes in the middle of the day, again, it goes back to likely the breathing it becomes an issue. And so uh, a key that I would suggest is avoiding multitasking as well. Because when you multitask, and I've talked about this as well in my social medias, I do shorter videos on these topics, is you switch when you every time you switch back and forth from doing one thing to doing another thing, your brain has to restart again, and it consumes a lot of mental fuel, a lot of energy that could be otherwise used to keep you focused and locked in doing whatever it is that you need to get done. So I suggest single tasking for 90 minutes and before you take that kind of brain break to move, to breathe, to do mindfulness, to stretch, to go outside, etc., to get some sunlight. Emotional energy is the energy for connection and regulation. And oftentimes we're seated, we're feeling socially disconnected. We've got unresolved energies being stored in our body, traumas, negativity. Our brain has this negativity bias, it loves negative stuff. And this is going to drain us emotionally. Just think of being in a place where maybe a job you don't like and you're frustrated. It starts to tap into the emotions, and I start to leach energy. One thing that I suggest is to practice emotional labeling. Name it so that you can tame it. Catch your emotion, catch yourself feeling something, name it, and start to bring yourself back and out of that state so that you don't allow the emotion to dial you up and allow you to then lose energy consequently. And then lastly, we have spiritual energy. This is the energy of meaning and alignment. When you feel disconnected, you don't have a purpose, you're disconnected from your body, which often happens to us when we're seated there and we're doing something and we're so like not present. We may be engaged on the computer, playing a video game or watching something or doing something for work, and we're so disconnected from the body and from the mind, and it really causes a disconnect at a neurochemical level, a physiological level. Our body starts to stagnate. And so the more that I can have purpose, the more that I can align my energy back in my body. Mindfulness is a great way to do this, as well as the breath. So one thing I would suggest is to begin your day with a question of what matters most to you today. Have a sense of purpose. Find more time for joy, for your passions, for maybe a hobby at the beginning, and maybe that hobby can then be transformed into a lifelong pursuit or a job. For me, Zen Brain Academy is an example of that. It was something that I did on the side. I wrote this one book that I haven't published yet called Voice from Human to God that led to the art of stress-free living, to this other business, to what, and everything just started to flourish from that. And that gave my life more meaning and purpose, and it really elevated my energy level because psychologically speaking, you feel reinvigorated when you feel like your life has greater meaning and purpose. And a lot of times in the digital age, as I talk about in my dimensions of energy, there's two of these are overused and two of these are being atrophied. And you may kind of sit there, think about it. If you want, drop in the comment below which two do you think are atrophied and which two do you think are being overused in the digital age. All right, and just to wrap it up, a quick energy check tool. I want you to take 30 seconds. Let's do it right now. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take another inhale. And take another exhale. You're going to notice your mind the agitation starts to slow a little bit. Start to become more calm. I want you to rate. Let's go back to this before you go and comment below. Which ones do you think are over or underused? I want you to rate each one from 1 to 10. Think about physical. Where do you think you are on the physical level? How's your physical energy? Then move to mental. How is your mental energy? Maybe you feel like mentally you're more than a 10, or maybe it's really low. Um, Emotional now, rate it from 1 to 10. And then lastly, spiritual. I want you to focus on which one, keep your eyes closed, focus on which one you feel is the lowest. That is your leak. I want you to work on that starting today. And maybe after a week or two, or maybe join Zen Brain Academy for 2 weeks, and I'll help you kind of make that not a leak, but make that a superpower. And then start to recharge that over the course of the next few weeks. And maybe comment below later, where do you rate it now? All right. Remember, energy isn't about mastery. It's not about pushing harder. It's about aligning all of your batteries. And inside Brain Academy, Zen Brain Academy, I can go deeper into these dimensions with neuroscience-backed tools to recharge your body, your brain, give you more purpose. It's free to join, no obligations. You can try it. If you don't like it, just cancel it and move on. No worries, no stress, no worries, as we say. And we have an in-depth training there of 4 dimensions of energy. Check it out. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Stay zen.